They love you when you're on all the covers. When you're not, yeah, they love another. They love you when you're on all the covers. When you're not, yeah, they love another. Drugs, they say, are made in California. Love your face. Really like to sell you cops and queers. Make good looking models. Hate today. Well, I'll wake up with tomorrow. Life's a pretty one. Wanna get you high. And all the pretty one. Leave you alone and blow your mind. This life's a pretty one. They wanna get you high. And all the pretty ones leave you alone. They fucking blow Paul's mind. Fucking blow Paul's mind.
You know, when I was thinking about doing the most romantic thing I could do in my entire life, dedicate my life to my only love, Jane Petoskey, I thought, what day should I do it on? And I thought, why not the day of the birth of my only brother, Paul Van Dyke?
Big day.
Same day as the birth of my grandfather, Pete Van Dyke, the first.
God bless him.
And we will celebrate with my whole family, and they will look how hot my wife is, and they will know that I am Van Dyke.
Celebration.
And today we will celebrate 21 years from the day that Paul turned 21 years old,
Holy shit.
and I got married. But there's only one way we can do that, people.
How do we do that?
One, we gotta build a wheel.
Hey.
And two, we play the theme song. Welcome to Live from the Dutch Hall. We are Canada's only late-night talk show and the greatest podcast ever to get started in a pool shed in Pine Grove, Ontario. Bar none. And I believe we are that way because we have the greatest band in Canadian late-night history, the Nocturnal Emissions. Comprised this night, and thank you, comprised this night of the band leader, my cousin, the beautiful Michael Bowe.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Beside him, you're wondering who's that old cockhead over there. That's the man that writes the music for the show. That's the rooster, Dave Charters. Tickling his skins in the corner. That's the French tickler. He makes it sound so good. Let's hear it for Kev Belanger, everyone. And the balls of the Nocturnal Emission is right where they belong, sitting by the drum kit. Looking boss as always. This is our favorite whiskey, Wes Hagens, everyone. And rounding out the Nocturnal Emissions tonight is our lead guitar player. He's the man that can do almost anything. Steve the Reluctant German, everyone. But we're not here for any of these people in the band today. We're here for the guy behind the bar. There he is. That's my brother. That's our bartender. This is the birthday boy, Paul Van Dyke, everyone.
Now it's the host of this show. It's your two-time President's Club Award winner and Paul Van Dyke, folks.
Feels good. Oh yeah.
That's a fucking opener.
Hey, that's nice.
That's for you, Paulie.
That is nice. You know, this is a great day, Paul. Paul, number one, it's your 42nd birthday, correct?
Yeah.
42 years on this planet. Congratulations. I never thought you'd make it that long. I saw all the things you did as a child. I thought there's no way he's going to make it to 42. Are you kidding me? This guy was as dumb as a post, right? There is no way. He did the most ridiculous things I've ever seen in my life. I thought he would never survive high school, let alone 42, Paul. Good for you.
Atta boy, Paulie.
Good for you.
A couple more.
Even more amazing, Paul, is that my wife has agreed to not leave me for 21 consecutive years.
Yeah, that's more impressive.
Unbelievable. She's so hot. She's held up so much better than me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my goodness gracious.
No
You
one
should see her
denies it.
naked. But you can't though. I get to do that though. It's awesome. It was part of the deal in church. You know, they tell you in church, they go, I remember when I got married, they said, do you promise to, be true or whatever? What do they ask you in the church? They go,
That's one of them.
Till death do you part.
they said, I remember at one time, I had to give her a ring. Oh, boo.
This is my own man.
Oh, there's one bright spot of the whole beer spill that just happened there. I don't know if the crowd saw that. Is that it
I was
soaked
just trying-
Dave's wallet? All his cards are soaked.
No, I missed
And
it.
his strap.
I was
So there
trying
was-
to let Dave see you.
Yeah.
was
Thanks,
backing
Michael.
up.
I appreciate that.
You know what that was? That was a good gesture that turned into just
Just a real bad move.
pie on your
Good people
stupid.
trying to do good things with a bad result. Happens every day.
The beer's still delicious.
Wait, I want to hear Dave's
you can
views
throw
on
the
life. It was so go ahead, Dave.
Yeah. You know,
Deep thoughts with Dave.
I know you had good intentions there, Michael. Really good intentions.
I seen I was blocking your view.
Yeah.
I was trying to just
I
give you.
appreciate what you
The
did
stage is so beautiful. We're not quite used to it yet.
there. Yeah. Oh, what a stage. You're not kidding. I don't know if you can
Hey, that's a great
soak
segue.
it in at home, but
When I
Wow.
let you guys run the show, what you did was you led me into my next topic, and I liked it. What you did there, Dave, because it is a great stage. Look at this. You know who did this? Birthday boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No big deal.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's
right,
fucking
boy.
awesome.
This is
Paul-
a hot crowd, too. Love it.
Yeah, Paul whips it up. You know, we have a shareholder-only crowd today.
I like it.
We have a shareholder-only crowd, and I want to say that because this is the live from the Dutch Hall. This is not, we're underground right now, right?
Literally.
We are not, very literally in
Oh, yeah.
Spiky Ball Studios right now we are underground, but also in every sense of the word we are underground in this show because we don't exactly, I don't know how much of what we're doing is what is, in my world, I'm fine. What I've done is perfectly okay.
Right.
But if I was to really look into it as to all the things I'm doing right now, I don't know how much of it I'm allowed to do. So it's underground, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's no general public. I haven't got any permits. Haven't got any zoning. I haven't got anything to let the general public in. But if you're a shareholder alive from the Dutch Hall, if you're a person that has contributed in some way live from the Dutch Hall, if you're a person that's listened to our program and thought enough of it to come to us and give us something, a nice gesture, like say a bottle of whiskey, like Laura Collins did. Laura Collins.
That'll do. Thank you.
A bottle of whiskey for Christmas. Oh, come on. You know, like we got some craft beers up there from Bruce Veltri. You know, like.
Thanks, Bruce.
All right, that's 2 years in a row. I think we got something from him last year too, whiskey or something, right? Remember Renell Stepa Jones?
Are you kidding?
She got the
Bags of chips.
And
Nothing
bottle of
wrong with
vodka.
Yeah.
Right? I know there's a booze thing going on here, but you know what someone else did? I don't want to, these are the ones I want to remain anonymous, but other people just give us $50. I've had a lot of people just show up and say, here, $50. I had one listener say, I come to support you when we open the church. I said we were going to sell beers or something, no, we weren't going to sell beers.
Of course not.
No.
We don't do that.
We were gonna like give away. I can't do that
beers.
either. We're gonna drink beers with our friends and property that we owned, and then we're gonna say, hey, if you want to give us something, that would be awesome. And then this guy gave us like $30 or whatever. You know, that's a nice thing to do.
Beautiful.
Shareholder, boom, you're in.
Yep.
You know, that's how it works to be a shareholder live from the Dutch Hall. All you gotta do is listen to our program, and then think enough of us to reach out and give us some sort of free shit, something that would make us happy, you know?
Simple.
Just something that I didn't have yesterday and now I have today, you know? That is good for me. I always get happy when I get free shit.
best
you know?
kind of shit.
And I'm like, boom, you're a shareholder, you know? Lee's here tonight. Lee Wallace, great listener
Hey,
of
Lee.
our show.
Give it up for Lee, everybody.
And Lee gave us a case of Bud Light.
Fuck yeah, Lee.
Yeah.
You
You
know
know what
what that
that is? That's the guy that pays attention to what we drink.
Yeah, it's our favorite beer.
Yeah, that's what we actually drink on the show. Shareholder, boom, in.
Bam, bam.
And there he is today. That's how it works, people.
Invited.
The general public, I'm just going to tell you right now, in the future, I might change my opinion, but right now, go fuck yourself. Eh? General public? Because I'll tell you, general public, you're not listening to my program right now. Because that would right away make you not the general public. If you're listening to this program, you're now a listener of Live from the Dutch Hall,
Right.
which is different than the general public, right? So I didn't just call you the listener of this program. Go fuck yourself. But if you're not you, go fuck yourself. Eh? You see what I mean? And then so I'm telling you right now that live from if you're listening to this program and you give us something free, or you have in the past, there's many people, you know who you are, you've donated to us in the past.
Yeah, maybe you brought us a cake one time.
Maybe you brought us a
Remember that
cake.
cake?
Yeah, we did get a cake from Manny Fajo.
Right
He's
over
in.
here on the weight loss program.
I could, yeah. When it
It's
was
a
when
delight.
Charters was eating only raw food, and Manny brought in a full chocolate cake.
Yeah, that cake wasn't raw at all.
Tempting's from the devil.
Yeah,
A fully cooked cake.
you know, I really wanted to force feed Dave cake to ruin it, you know, to make him go to hell, you know, because if he was to make a Lenten promise to God, and then I was to make him eat the cake that he wasn't supposed to eat, then you go to hell, right?
Hey, it forced me into hell.
Yes. Wouldn't that be awesome? That would be the best. I'd be kicking it up in heaven, you know? Looking down at old burning Charters. Burning Embers Charters. Hey, you played in the church choir for how many years?
Yeah, I thought it was the back door into
Yeah.
heaven. Turns out,
A little toasty down there, isn't
How's the
it,
fire,
dipshit?
fuckhead?
Yeah. Kumbaya. You know what I did? Just was nice to people and enjoyed my Sundays.
free time.
How about that?
Nice big breakfast.
Yeah, nice big breakfast sometimes on Sundays. Sometimes I like to sleep in and scratch my balls for a bit.
You can really bond with your family.
Yeah, no big deal. Charles likes to go play in a church band, and
Just get away from things, go up in the choir.
It's all about
Yeah.
balance, you know? It's got to balance.
balance. Yeah, no more responsibilities.
Balance
I'm
it
going to take on the church band and coach a hockey team, be a master of industry, play in the greatest band in late night history.
You're not kidding.
Or Canadian late night history. I'm sorry. You're not as good as the Roots yet, guys. You're just not as good as the Roots.
Have the
We're
Roots
working
ever
on it.
played Dope Show? I doubt it.
Roots.
Oh, that is true.
like the
That
thing.
Questlove. He's like, come on.
Are you guys really calling out the Roots right now on this
See what
program?
they got. Let's see what we got, Roots.
All right. Nocturnal Emissions versus the Roots. I'm calling them out too. If my band's got the balls to do it, then fucking we're going to do it.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
do
we
it.
might be the best in the world. ever, the best that ever lived. Abe Roots, fuck you, right?
Yeah.
Doc Severn, and I got a lot of respect for those guys. I'm not like, but honestly,
So do I.
you want to go fisticuffs? You want to like throw down with Norfolk County boys and Burford?
I call the lead singer if we're getting into a fight.
What?
I call the lead singer of Roots if it's a fist fight.
Really?
Yeah.
What's he look like?
I think I could take him. He looks like our Portuguese buddy Adrian, only he's black.
Adrian's not black?
All these years.
All these years. I thought he was black. He looks just like that guy. Adrian looks just like that guy from the Cosby Show that married Cosby's oldest daughter.
Yeah, he totally does.
Alvin.
Alvin.
He looks like Alvin.
Alvin, oh
Yeah,
God.
he's black.
Does look like it.
And he's black too, right?
Bill Cosby did not like him one bit.
Alvin.
Alvin. It's because he's got so many kids.
Oh my God, I think that was unmixed. You know what I think? Alvin. What was I thinking about? You know, Al on the Cosby Show. Sorry. No,
Was that Denise's husband?
if you gave Alvin a mustache, like a grade 9 thick mustache, then he would look Portuguese. Is what I'm saying.
A grade 9 thick mustache? Like, do you mean like a just a?
No, a thick mustache, which would be like a grade 9 mustache for a Portuguese.
Yeah.
Oh, for Portuguese.
whi-
Yeah, that's
which-
different.
Which I'm saying is like, if you put
Thick.
that on that Alvin guy, he would look totally. He wouldn't look black anymore. He'd look Portuguese.
Yeah, put on a
You know what I'm saying?
Ronaldo shirt. Well, see you later.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm just saying it's like not a far step, you know. If you're gonna start, you know. I never understand the whole race thing, like where you like draw the line, you know.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, because it's like if they're behind the stage, if you look at them on camera, can you get a shot of yourself, Paul? Go to the 4 shot of you. Look how black you are. Like your face, like tell me he's not black. You look at Paul's face, like he is technically by the law white.
By the
Am I right? When you fill out a form, you go Caucasian because you're my brother, same mother and father, right? Yet his skin is incredibly black.
Darker than Alvin's.
Yeah, and my brother or my father also very dark, suspiciously dark, eh?
Yep.
And so that blurs the line for me. I remember when my kids were young, I told them when they came home from school, I was like, there was a new student. It was the start of a new school year, and they said, "Oh, there's a new student in our class." And I said, "Oh, really? What's their story?" You know. And my daughter was very young at the time. She said, the kid's black, right? And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, well, their skin is black. And I go, like, and I started showing black things, like, you know, like a blackboard, you know, like dark.
Black like the
thing.
television?
Yeah, black like the
That's-
television. Like, I'm asking her like that, like black like this. And she's like, no, more like brown like grandpa? That's what I said, like brown like grandpa. She goes, no, different, like, different. I was just trying to like make her not see color. I was trying to be woke.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I gotta pause you, Pete, because I can't get past this thing on your arm. I don't know if it's like, have you pulled up a sweatband up on your forearm like a 1990s baller, or
He's
have you
been
got
into basketball.
I'll tell you what this is. If people are wondering what this is on my arm, which
Oh, you gotta
most
zoom
people
in on
listen to
that
this
thing.
program, but this thing on my arm, which Dave would say looks like a sweatband of a what kind of baller?
Who's that?
a
Alan
19
Iverson?
like
sitting
a
beside
Michael
me?
Jordan? You're like the white Michael Jordan in Norfolk County.
Well,
Like
you
a-
know,
like the
Michael
90s
Jordan might have had the same problem as me. He might have just loved to, in his spare time, play tennis. Huh?
Left-handed tennis.
If there's one thing I love doing, it's going to play some left-handed tennis
Really work
down
on
the
the
Pine
backhand.
Grove tennis courts. And they do have tennis courts
Oh,
in Pine
legendary.
Grove.
True, yeah.
Legendary court.
Legendary tennis courts.
Oh yeah, I played a lot
Oh, you
of,
got tennis elbow? Is that what's going on from all
That's
the
what this
tennis?
is. This is a tennis elbow strap. And it seems like witchcraft until you strap it on your hand and you're like, I am not in horrible pain anymore. Like it is,
No, it works.
my hand can't lift a cup to drink. And then I put this on, I can lift a cup to drink. That's good, right?
I would say. Never
Well, you-
take it off.
Well, until hopefully I get better someday. right? Doesn't it get better? You know, all this is self-diagnosed. This is no shit. I've never been to a doctor, nothing. I just know I've been in pain for over a month.
And where'd you get that thing?
Pharmacy. I think I live in Mexico. I just go to the pharmacy and like fix myself. And then I say, give me this. And they're like, well, no, you need to go to a doctor. And I'm like, okay, what can you give me that it can have? And then they give it to me, right? And then I use that. That's how I keep myself alive.
Just look at the pictures on the boxes, like, that'll work.
Yeah, it's not that we don't have health care in Canada. It's just I don't have time to fucking wait in a walk-in clinic or whatever, you know. Or just like, I don't even want to go. Yeah, waste a lot of time.
Yeah,
I'll just like deal with it.
If you're not like really dying, just don't go.
Yeah.
If you're really hurt, then go.
Yeah, and I already have enough of doctor's appointments, right? I don't need more for a stupid elbow.
You don't.
My whole body's dying.
You just ask your oncologist if about your elbow while you're there.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck off.
They say, hey, when you get some sort of like cancer light, does your elbow ever get fucked up? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay, nothing to do with this then.
Well, I got the strap then.
I'm just going to put this strap on there, and Bob's your uncle. But it does fucking hurt, man. Van Dyke hockey was a mistake.
Fucked you up, eh?
There's a difference between playing injured and playing hurt, you know?
That's what they say.
Yeah, and when you're playing hurt, it's okay. And I thought I was playing hurt, but I wasn't. I was playing injured.
Oh, boy.
And it turned out I really made it worse. And even last night, I had athletics with this arm. I have to realize my limitations.
The old, what hurt the most? A nice stiff volley? Were you making
No,
a
the
bit of
bumps were no
the
good.
bumps were no good.
Bumps were no good, Michael, because
we
I was
doing a
wearing a
one-arm
strap
bump?
on my arm.
Were you going with a one-arm bump?
Kept going like this. Kept going the other way, taking a right turn.
It's unfortunate. Team's going to probably get pissed at you.
You know what? We better get on with this show because we have a thing called the Wheel of Paul.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we need to do a little segment we call feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking
Welcome to Feedback. We got feedback. This week's feedback is brought to you as always. Oh man, I said it too many times.
Yep.
By our friends at Amazon. If you'd like to go to our website, livefromthedutchhall.com, and make sure your ad blockers are off, and click on our
Clickety-click.
click on our banners, buy your shit, and then we get some money. And I want to thank whoever is listening to this program who did exactly that, bought themselves a hoodie. Bought themselves a hoodie for I don't know, maybe the Christmas season or whatever.
You can see what they buy?
Yeah, I can see what they buy.
Oh.
And I went in and looked. The one person bought this hoodie. It wasn't like a solid color. It was more like a print on it.
Okay.
And the print was like, it was an animal print.
Is it an eagle?
No, it wasn't an eagle.
Leopard skin.
No, it was human. It was a human fat man's body, naked body. And it was like, you could see the tits and the gut, and like, it was like a handsome model wearing it in the picture on Amazon. But
Like a beer belly?
Yeah, but it was like a fat, beer-bellied guy with like a hairy chest and hairy arms and stuff. And it was like the color of his skin, you know, like he was wearing.
Definitely a listener.
Clever.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought that was a great gift if you bought that for someone, or if you're wearing that right now on the town, listening to our program.
Yeah, why don't you send us a picture of it?
Yeah, send us a picture, man. Let's see how you're doing.
Live from the Dutchhall.
Let us know if that thing's worked for you. Got any ladies, or let us know. Anyways, also, Norpac.
The beef people.
Oh, Norpac.
The beef people.
There you go. That's the one we wanted, Paul. That's all you got to say. I did have that steak. They gave me a steak. Did I tell this already? Because if I'm not going to tell it again, they gave me one steak. Michael had to deliver it. He gave it to me secret, so you guys didn't even know that I got it. And they said, Norpac
The beef people.
gave
Where did I
you
get
this
the fucking
steak. And he goes, just eat it, you and your wife, on a special occasion. It's a special steak, right? Well, I actually was even cheaper than that. I did it for my whole family, 4 of us, my 2 daughters and my wife and me. We're eating this steak. It's the goddamn best steak I've ever had in my whole life. Every bite of it was unbelievable. And all of us around the table were saying the same thing. It was like we went into another world eating this steak. I don't know what it was. It was fantastic.
The thing about Norpac
Yeah, thank you, Norpac.
is that they change people's lives.
Oh, yeah.
The beef people.
He missed 2. He owes one.
Well, no, but they owe me a fucking steak.
Oh, okay. He withheld.
It's his fucking birthday.
He withheld one. That's fair. That's fair. I want to say, like, we had a lot of people that gave us condolences after last week's episode, and there were too many to mention all on this segment. So, but we just want to thank everybody that reached out to us and gave us their best wishes through this difficult time we've been through over the last little while, and we do appreciate it. It is really cool, this show, to see everybody how, like, we don't know these. Well, most of these people we didn't know until the show, and then they legitimately have been very kind to us in times when we needed them. So I really do appreciate the listeners of this program, and we really do appreciate everybody that reached out to us. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thanks.
There was one in particular that I wanted to just share because I thought it was a kind of a cool story. Figure out where it is now. Okay. There we go. Oh shit, man! I'm an
You
idiot.
can
Yeah,
do
good.
it.
Yeah, play me
That
out.
one? Well, I had one while you're looking, Pete.
Okay,
The
cool.
other day, so we always say, like, it's a blessing and a curse to be from a small town, but it's times like that it's kind of a blessing to be from a small town. So I was out Tuesday night, just playing in my hockey league, having some beers with the boys after at Swazi's, which has always treated us well, and had a listener come up and give his condolences and just interested about what's going on with the show and what's going on with everybody. And it's just cool stuff like that, which I'm sure all of us have had here, that it just kind of catches you off guard and you don't realize that people are listening. They're always listening, and it's cool that it kind of touches everybody, and we're all kind of like a small little community that sticks together.
Yeah, it's really
so it's really neat, and I appreciate that.
Yeah. And that's one of those things, like, we're just fucking around and having a good time most of the time.
Yeah.
And you don't really think that you're, like, making these connections, and then all of a sudden, you realize that there's a lot of people who are, you're not even, you start adding them up, like, you're like, holy shit, like, there's this person, and you start, it starts becoming quite a tally of people, not only that listen, but people that are like you have a relationship with.
Yeah, like they're into it. Like they're like this guy who's a great dude, and I know him, but like just asking you questions, like pretty intricate questions about the show, are just like, holy shit, you do know what's going on.
Been paying attention.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. So cheers to the listeners.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if there's a story. I'm just gonna paraphrase it because I can't find this. But there was a guy. I wish I could. I'm not even gonna be able to give his name. That's the part that really sucks. But he was booking a show at Norma Jean's. So the story was.
He's the. I think I know where. Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it the sound guy from Norma Jean's?
Yeah.
Jordan.
Yeah.
Great dude. Yeah.
So Jordan was the one that sent us. I apologize, Jordan. I can't find your message, but Jordan said he was doing sound for Red Party Pirates at Norma Jean's, and it was right after the smoking law had changed.
Yeah.
And
couldn't smoke inside anymore. It was
yeah,
over.
it was. I think that's 2006.
Yes.
So they just came out with that rule, and they had a packed house to see Red Party Pirates, and there's Braden up on stage, shredding a nice lead like normal, and he pulls out a cigarette and lights it, and starts smoking a cigarette, and the bar owner is screaming at the sound guy that at Jordan that he's going to get a $10,000 fine, and all that Jordan could think is like, what a rock star, like doing it on purpose because he couldn't do it. So, and I think I just really appreciate the story, Jordan. So because of that, you are the listener of the week.
You're the listener of the week. This is your week. It's your week, Jordan. Thank you.
You know who else is a rock star like that? Your dad, Marius Bell.
Oh, really?
You don't think he was lighting cigarettes after the law
Oh,
changed?
fuck. He still's lighting cigarettes. Like, underneath the table. Like, oh, you can't smoke here? I'm smoking.
Yeah. I always think of Uncle
I'm the
Marius like,
worst for that.
and I don't know if this ever happened. I just in my head, I think of my Uncle Marius at church on Sunday in a pew, like praying, but underneath when he's got his head bowed, he's hauling
He's
that
like
cigarette.
holding the Catholic Book of Worship and just smoking underneath of it, pretending he's singing. It's like, Dad, why are you wearing sunglasses and there's a cloud of smoke going around?
And he's like, tobacco money built this church.
Fucking tobacco built this church. Built the arena, too. You know what I hate? CNEs, Christmas and fucking Easter. Take our seats. Bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they just hold 2 pews at Christmas and everybody's pissed.
I think, Dave, you tell me if you agree with this. Catholics should get Christmas and Easter off. Real Catholics.
Just to stay out of the church when all those other people are in there.
Yeah, and
so
then all the
annoying.
part-timers just come in for that mass, and you guys get it off because you've been there all year. They're saying you get a pass, you still get to go to heaven, but you stay home with your family.
Yeah, you don't fight the crowds and end up in a chair because
Yeah,
you came
yeah.
5 minutes late because you got 4
Because
fucking
you
kids.
did
and
it
you're
on
trying
the
to get out of the
22nd
house.
Sunday of Ordinary Time, Dave. You were playing You Are Near in the band.
Yeah, damn right.
Right?
Yahweh.
I know you are near, standing always by
my
side. You guard me from the foes who lead me in ways.
Spin the fucking wheel.
Everlasting.
You like that, Paul?
No, spin the wheel.
Huh? You don't like that?
It's because we're in a church.
All right, let's just skip. We're gonna introduce the wheel of Paul, and then we will do the end of feedback. We'll do it because we only have the Haitian dwarf to get through, and a couple things, and nothing big. Anyways, everyone, if you want to give us feedback, give it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Podbean. Like, there's literally fucking anything you want to do. Anyways, so here's the wheel of Paul.
What do you got on there?
Oh, there's 8 different things. The one is upside down. It says Paul Trivia. Paul Trivia. The next section, Guess the Dirtbag. In this game, Guess the Dirtbag, I will name the horrible crime that is pretty much in this Me Too generation. You know, something that is very topical is that guys will try to put their dicks in women against their will, or like maybe make them creepy, you know, like say they're going to smell their seat, or, you know, I don't know what guys, what's the creepiest thing you
Lick
can do?
their doorbell. Some dude I saw was licking someone's doorbell for 3 hours.
And didn't ring the doorbell.
Yeah, just kept licking it on the
Kinda
camera.
shit.
Yeah,
3
that's
hours.
creepy. That's creepy. Eh?
That is.
Someone licks your doorbell, you're like, ugh, you know, like that's like something. There's a lot of things wrong with that. Anyways, Guess the Dirtbag, that's going to be a fun one. This one is Ask Paul Anything. And that's for everyone here in this room.
I like it.
If it lands on this one, everybody here has the opportunity to ask Paul Van Dyke anything. And Paul, you can answer or just lie, because I don't control you. You're your own man. Anyways, and the next one's Birthday Shot. And if that one goes on that one, guess what happens?
We have a shot.
Yeah, that's right, Paul. This one is called Paul's Childhood, also upside down. And this one, if it lands on it, we just get to talk about Paul's childhood for a while.
Great fun.
Yeah, great fun. And I'll ask some questions about it and hopefully make him cry. And the next one is an old favorite of Live from the Dutch Hall. We used to do this back in the day. It's a Twitter game. It's called Pope versus the Iron Sheik, where I will read a tweet from either the Pope or the Iron Sheik, and you will have to guess. And it's going to be Paul. versus one of the members of the band will have to compete in this game, Poke versus Iron Sheik. I guess in that.
I like that one.
This one here is called Birthday Shot.
Oh.
It's another one. Also, you drink a shot there. And the last one is called Who's Better, which we will pose questions where we put Paul up against the members of the Live from the Dutch Hall crew, and we just say who's better at different things. Right?
That sounds fun.
All right, let's do it. Let's spin the wheel.
Here we go.
Or a rep.
Yeah.
Oh, guess the dirt bag. Okay.
Right off the bat.
Now, Paul, you are going to be competing in this game. Now, do you want to go one-on-one with a member of the Nocturnal Emissions, or do you want to make this an open competition that is amongst just anyone can kind of like buzz in if they guess
Open
right?
competition.
Okay, so for everyone here, this is an open competition where I will describe a crime that a guy did that I think is a little dirty. It's a dirtbag move. It's not appropriate. And you try to guess which celebrity, which is well known to everyone in the world. These will be well known to everyone in the world. These are famous people, right? That did terrible things, okay? Here's what you ready? Here's the first question. Which which spiritual leader fucked his nurse? After preaching about celibacy all the time, this cocksucker he fucked his nurse. He was horny as hell.
Charter's wheels are spinning.
Bunch of times too. Wasn't just once. Any guesses? Spiritual leader preached celibacy, told married couples you should take cold showers every time you had a sexual urge that you didn't think was appropriate. You should have a cold shower. This is what he said in his teachings to others. Yet he could not keep himself out of his nurse's private areas. No guesses at all?
Billy Graham, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Billy Graham? Good guess.
It was his guess, but that's what I was
Okay,
thinking.
but it's wrong. You're thinking Jim Baker probably.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say you guys are way off. Way off. You got to go east. Far east, my friends. Mahatma Gandhi is what we were looking for.
Wow.
Yeah, that little horny Indian.
Didn't eat
Huh?
much, but he was a fucker, right?
You didn't think about that, did you? This civil rights leader was known for his peaceful bridging of the gap between the different races of the world, but he also habitually cheated on his wife.
Nelson Mandela.
Ooh, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know if it was proven.
Did he have a dream?
Yes, he did.
Ah.
Ding, ding, ding. Martin Luther King. Huh?
Ding, ding.
This American president was openly known for being a racist. Used racial slurs around the Oval Office all the time.
Every one of them.
Ding, ding, ding. Michael got it, except for Obama, actually.
Come on, he never said cracker. Come on.
Oh, no, he actually said the N-word on a podcast.
I think he said white guys suck at basketball.
Did he?
He might have.
That's not true.
Loves basketball.
Yeah, but he's not as good as Steve Nash.
I don't know.
Right? Obama can't beat Steve Nash.
How could we know?
Can't.
I'd like to see the challenge.
He's
Let's
half
see
white,
that.
man. He's half white.
Yeah.
Obama's half white. You can't if he was full black, then he could beat Steve Nash.
Fair enough.
But he would be playing basketball. He wouldn't be president.
Be busy.
Yeah.
Hey, Jane, on your way back, can you grab a couple beers? You're the best.
That's
Hey.
a good category.
Another category? That's it? Oh, one more.
It's up to Paul, no?
Oh, did you know who that? Actually, you know who that the real president was? Was Abraham Lincoln. Abraham Lincoln apparently only freed the slaves in order to Yeah, it was a way to keep the union together or whatever. But he didn't really. He apparently was a horrible racist, eh?
Yes. Old Abe.
And he ends up being a hero. Anyways, that's it for that one. We'll move on. Oh, Paul Trivia. This one is not open to Paul. This one is only open to the Nocturnal Emissions. Who can guess these questions about Paul? Now, we have sat here for 5 years with this bartender. Most of the time with him snoring behind the microphone there. Just snoring away. Even when he's awake, his eyes are open.
I think Hill might be a heavier breather than Paul.
My sister Lisa says she listens to the show sometimes and she can hear that rhythmic Paul breathing in the microphone through the show, and she says it calms her. It makes her feel like safe and warm.
Just tucks in.
Yeah, she tucks in. Oh, Paul's breathing. Anyways, so which one is this one? Paul Trivia. Okay, so you guys, from the stories you've heard Paul tell on the show, from the things you know about my brother Paul, you have to answer these questions, okay? Let's start with the first one. Probably the most obvious. How does Paul dispose of a donkey?
Too easy. He burns it.
Burn the witch.
All right, fair enough. What method of transportation would Paul transport a donkey from its home in a corral to Paul's house without a corral? What method of transportation? Steve?
Is it a work van?
Work van. Ding, ding, ding. Correct. Work van. Did you have something to harness him in there, Paul?
No, we just holding on.
Just holding his neck?
Well, it had like a
Don't let go, kids. Don't let go. Takes 3 kids to hold that
It was
donkey.
angry. It was angry.
Not kids. Paul's like 30. Just holding a donkey's neck for dear life. Swinging around.
Choking him out.
That donkey must have kicked her ass, eh? In that van.
He wasn't fucking around at all.
It was a very nice donkey. And this is the bonus point. Last question. What was the cause of death of Paul's donkey?
Loneliness.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Ding, ding, ding. Charters nailed it. Loneliness. I'm surprised you even got that. I thought you were going to say frozen to a pole, but no, loneliness was the correct answer. Wow, man, great one. Let's keep this thing going. Charters knows Paul Trivia. Who's better? Who's better? This is really working out. Okay. Now, there's no right or wrong answers for this category. This is just simply open for discussion, right? I want to know, between Paul and Dave Charters, who's the better health and safety manager? Paul or Dave Charters?
I'll give it to Dave.
I was going to guess Dave.
I was going to guess Dave, too. That was easy. That was easy. I don't even know how to ask this question correctly. But in their prime, which let's keep this in mind, in their prime, Paul, you were far from it, correct? Far from your prime?
Yeah, I'd say.
Quite a ways away. Kevin, the French tickler Boulanger, sitting behind the drums there, probably closer to his prime than you.
Full prime.
Maybe right in the wheelhouse of his prime, you know? Who in their prime was a greater Lothario, Paul, or Kev, the French tickler Boulanger?
Oh,
All the way from
they're
the back.
screaming it from the rooftops.
Oh, did you hear women? That was the town of Delhi screaming Paul. It was just the scent of his musk that's leaking through the windows here. These are drafty windows in this church. Paul's musk is leaking into the town. I tell you, man, I can't even understand it. Paul has no, like, if Paul, I don't hope you don't take offense to this, but you are like far less attractive than I am. Like, it's not even close, right? Your face versus my face is worse. Like, that's a clear, if you put them up against each other, you'd be like, which one's better? You're like, that one, of course, mine would be better.
No.
Anyway.
If you did that to 100 women,
Yeah, 100 women.
Survey says.
survey says those two pictures, they would pick my picture over yours. I'd win of over 50.
I think you're probably, you must be right.
Fucking look at me.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if they looked at our pictures, they would pick me.
No,
If they, as soon as they saw you in real life, they'd pick you. That's what I'm saying. The musk is what comes off of you. It's thick.
I think I win
What?
both. I win both.
You think from the picture too? I can't ask your wife. That's the thing. Who am I going to ask? My wife? She's out.
My wife.
Can't ask man.
She yelled Paul.
I can ask Wes's fiance.
There you go.
But then
Tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
I know Paul. I know. What? There you go. I don't even get her into it. I don't want to get her into it. But I know she wants to bang Paul more than me. That's clear. All women do. I wasn't questioning that. Just if you just saw a picture and you never met us, and you're just looking at a picture like our I think it would be me. Eh? But anyways, the point of the matter is, Paul, you're a little bit more out of shape than I am as well. Right? Would you say that?
I got it depends what shape you're going for.
That's true. He is a definite shape. I'm looking at world a whole new way. Paul's just all of a sudden better. This category is not working out for me. No. Who's better? Okay, we're gonna go this way. Who is better in bed, Paul or Steve the Reluctant German?
Oh, fuck Steven.
What?
Paul
Who's
says-
better?
Paul says Steve.
You said Steve's better at sex than you?
Oh yeah, he's got all kinds of kids. That's all he does. He hangs
Yeah.
out.
It's true, actually. That was I didn't know
Probably
you'd
got,
get
like,
that one right, but it's true. Steve's actually awesome in bed.
Everything.
You got 33% more kids.
There's
Yeah.
probably like a whole acrobatic room in their house.
Yeah. You know what? If you count how many times that we've all had sex and how many times we've all got people pregnant, it's still a pretty small percentage, right? Hey? Even with Steve's 4 kids and Dave's 4 kids, they still fucked a lot more than that. Huh? Huh? You know you have charters. You're telling me you did it 4 times?
At least 4.
Yeah, at least is right. I bet
Practice
you
makes
did it far
perfect.
more than that. I bet he's done it more than that. I got suspicions of him. I
5
kept this guy.
times.
I think he's got impure thoughts about my cousin all the time. And you've got a vasectomy, right?
Oh, yeah.
Which, by the way, is anti-Catholic. Is wrong, right? You can't have a vasectomy and be Catholic, but you did it.
Yeah, I did it.
And
I had to.
And now, yeah. Well, why would you have to if you only had sex for procreation, Dave? Oh no, but that's not the rule. The rule is rhythm method. You can have rhythm method, right?
Every sperm is sacred. That's the rule.
Now, if you're pulling out and putting it on your back, that is like, that's what they teach you to do in the premarital class in the Catholic Church.
Or in the jacuzzi.
Oh.
I missed that chapter.
They don't tell you what's the rhythm method, Dave? What's the rhythm method?
Honestly, I didn't pay attention.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Okay, it's one of two things. Either it's like you check the
I
viscousness.
do remember that.
The viscousness, remember that? If you check the viscousness, and then you can
Of the
put
vaginal discharge.
of the vaginal discharge, and you can see this is what they teach you in marital training for the Catholic Church. And you put your fingers into your wife's vagina, and you put it out the discharge. If the discharge sticks together, so that like your forefinger and your thumb, and you see it like gum sticking together, you're like, she is gonna get pregnant, you know. So I wanna
Stay away.
Oh, you say stay away.
I think so. Isn't that how it went?
I thought it
don't
was.
know. I got it
pull-
wrong 4 times.
Like, fuck.
No, I thought it was. I thought in the training though they told you during that period where you see them viscous, you pull out and blow it on her face. Is that what they said? It was something like that. You're not supposed to blow it inside of them, was what they said. That's what they were saying.
I think you and I went to different premarital classes.
No, but what are you supposed to do? You say stay away. Supposed to. If you've already gone and done the test, you put your fingers in there.
You're
She's
halfway
all
there.
she's all gooped up.
Maybe a number 3 in your pants and it's all over with. Everybody's happy.
Maybe. But I think you would probably have sex. That's what I would do.
That's the goal.
And just blow it on, like, you don't have to blow it on her. You can blow it, you can just pinch the tip and run to the toilet.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's the dumbest move I've ever heard. And if you are listening to this program and you've done that at home,
Oh,
shame.
that is shameful.
And I think it might apply to one of you. Anyways, that's it for Who's Better.
Give her a spin.
One more. Birthday shot. Hey, bartender.
Shot, yeah.
Are you pouring your own birthday shots, by the way? Do you have some for our audience? Are you on a shot? Yeah? Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're in.
They're in.
We got a hot crowd.
I am out of juice. This is a good time to maybe give our last piece of feedback from the Haitian Dwarf. The Haitian Dwarf. He's been with us since the very beginning, and he gives us feedback on iTunes. And this week on iTunes, he gave us 5 stars. Haitian Dwarf, let's hear it from him.
Hi-ho, it's off to bed we go.
It's
Paul's big day, his dick will spray. Hi-ho, hi-ho. But where will it spray?
Well, the Haitian Dwarf, he's been with us since the beginning, as I said, and he gave us a nice New Year's message this time.
Oh.
He gave us the one, he says, Happy New Year's, and gave us 5 stars. 5 stars, and he says, on behalf of little people everywhere, thank you for clarifying. All the best to the podcast for 2019. He said, on little people everywhere. Oh, I was clarifying the difference between a dwarf and a midget and a leprechaun and a elf. And Sprite.
Well, it's good that HD's still talking to us.
Why? That bit?
Yeah, maybe he was pissy after that.
No, he's a dwarf. He's the Haitian dwarf. He's correct in his depiction of himself from the medical perspective. You know, so he has no beef with me. My thing's only supporting the Haitian dwarf. Me and him are on the same page. You know, it's the people that would go out there and call the Haitian dwarf the M word. Those people would be incorrect. Just plain old wrong, Mike.
Rude.
Yeah, plain old wrong.
Heard they're going to change it in minor hockey. Did we talk about that?
Hey, did we get a shot?
Birthday
What'd you say about hockey?
The category of midget, it's a shameful
hockey.
word,
Yeah, midget hockey.
is going to become dwarf hockey?
No, it's the Princess League. I don't know.
Come on.
What are they gonna call it? It's so silly. It's
Whatever
so
they call it's gonna be worse.
It's ridiculous. What are they going to
Guarantee
call? And the next thing's going to be Pee-wee. Is going to be
Yeah, Pee-wee
Can't
is
call it that either.
yeah.
So just be like level 1,
Pee-wee's
2, 3,
against
4.
people with small dicks.
And pedophiles.
Anyways, everyone, to Paul Van Dyke.
Cheers, Paulie.
Happy birthday,
That's
Paul.
for you, buddy.
What was it?
Is that 40 crick?
Party kick.
2 times.
Oh, birthday shot. That's
I'm
gonna
fine.
be. I think we're.
For
Back
real
to
again.
back. Back
Oh,
to
yeah, we
the-
are done the show too. Oh, dang it!
Yeah,
If
it's
I
a rip.
only would have just closed it out without doing another wheel spin.
Ah.
Well, let's just do the last birthday shot after we're done this show.
There we go.
We'll all drink out of the bottle. We promise we'll do it.
That'd be another category.
Oh,
Paul
that's
says
it.
respin. It's his birthday.
Oh, you want to respin? Oh, it's your birthday, yeah. Oh, you guys never practiced the song out. Do you know how to play it?
Hey,
Oh my God.
they're
No
gonna
Three
idea.
times.
Oh, another birthday shot.
They want us to have a shot. That's it.
We did it. We just did it.
I think we did the whole wheel anyways. Didn't we?
Pope versus Iron Sheik.
Ah, fuck it.
What about
Screw it.
Paul's childhood?
Oh, Paul's childhood. Yeah, you want to do that one? Hey, I just want to know how much Paul remembers of my childhood. You know how, like, when people...
Pete's child.
Yeah, you know how, like, when you remember your childhood, you're wrong, right? Like, you're not going to remember it right because you're a dumb kid. Your head's all full of mush and stuff, and you don't have a right brain. And then, so, like, if you need evidence of that, go to your grade school bathroom, you know? And look how small the urinals were or whatever, you know? Like, when you're a kid, it looked huge, you know, in your head or whatever.
Totally.
Look
Yeah.
at the size of your kindergarten class or whatever. You know, you remember things wrong when you're a kid, is my point. But Paul's like 3 years younger than me. So Paul would be remembering his childhood from like an even younger brain, like an even dumber brain, right? And then, so like his whole memory of certain events would be completely different from mine, right? So his childhood, even though it was the same as mine, would be completely different in our own brains, right? You get where I'm going, Paul? Yeah. Okay. So I want to ask you a few questions about your childhood. Paul, oh, we didn't ask Paul anything either. But anyways, Paul, when we were young, do you remember wrestling?
Yes.
Pardon?
Yes.
Yes, wrestling. Do you remember your name, your wrestling name?
Yes, I'm Paul the Punch.
Paul the Punch.
That makes sense.
Yeah. And what do you remember my wrestling name?
Leapin' Pete.
Leapin' Pete Van Dyke. Leapin' Pete Van Dyke. Why you shake your head at that, Steve? You don't like that?
Bad news.
I was very acrobatic as a youngster.
Would you come off the top bunk?
I like to come off the dresser. I came off the dresser Macho Man style, like, woo. Oh, yeah. That's probably why I got the tennis
led to
elbow
the
from the
tennis
fucking
elbow.
Macho Man elbow. I also like the double axe handle, too. Paul, what was the worst injury that you ever got wrestling with me?
I don't know.
You remember?
Camel clutch. That would be the worst.
No, I remember injuring you one time waiting for the bus. You remember that one?
No.
Figure
Yeah.
4 leg lock? I'm guessing figure 4 leg lock.
No, it was a DDT.
Oh,
Jake the Snake style.
Jake the Snake under the maple tree waiting for the bus. DDT'd him
right onto a tree.
right
where
on the
you're-
ground
Right
on
on
the
the
rut. On a rut.
Right on a rut.
Paul had a little lie down there. That's why he has no memory of it. Right? No memory. That one I remember. Most of the time, me and Paul, I don't know, your memory of this is probably different. I had a great time wrestling you because Paul was 3 years younger than me. I could lift him over my head like the Ultimate Warrior, you know? Like,
Press him.
and he would not like that because I'm grabbing his crotch, lifting him over my head,
Choking him.
throwing him on the bed. He's like, no, I don't want to do this, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
Like, it wasn't like you're saying, like, yeah, let's wrestle. You're like, no, please don't ever wrestle me, ever, right?
Yeah.
And then I would still do it like every day because it was awesome. I could lift him right over my head. Anyways, now he's so much bigger than me and mean, eh? I call it a truce.
Good call.
Yeah.
Funny how that
As
works.
soon as the tables turned, he called a truce.
We were 18. Or I was 18. He was 15.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And then me and him had a bout in the house where we tore up the hallway by where the piano was, and the rug got all ripped up, and my mom was screaming and stuff. And then me and Paul both kind of looked at each other, how much we upset our mom, and we're like, I don't think we should do that anymore.
We're good now.
That was mutual, though. It was because we upset our mom because we were wrecking everything because we were both
She was
huge
hitting
then.
us with a fly swatter.
Huh?
She hit us with a fly swatter.
Yeah, she did. She's whipping us with a fly swatter. We're not flies, Mom. If you're listening, we're not flies. We're grown. We're like humans. You can't kill us with a fly swatter. It's ridiculous. Even as a kid, we knew that was ridiculous. She would come in the toy room because we'd be fighting or whatever, and she'd be whipping me with a fly swatter. I'd be like, "This is ridiculous." I just laugh, you know.
Until that flapper thing flew off, then it was. Just
Oh, yeah,
those
then
pills,
that's
and then you got a bucket.
Metal rod.
There's a metal rod just beating you with a metal stick. It was still pretty funny. I have this thing in me too. When I get hurt, I laugh. My nephew has it, eh? My nephew Sai has it, where when he gets really badly hurt, he laughs, and that used to happen to me too. So like when your parents would beat you, well, you know, like 70. I'm talking
Discipline.
the 70s,
They
you know,
discipline you.
different times, you know, and your parents would discipline you. I would laugh because it would hurt.
That's not good.
And then you'd piss them off, and then they would hurt you more, and then you'd laugh more, and then the beatings would continue. Like I remember the fly swatter thing would make me laugh, and for multiple reasons. Which we already discussed. I'm not a fly. And then Paul cried like after the first swat one time, and got left alone, and it was a fake cry. It was an obviously fake cry, you know.
Smart move.
Just a smart move, yeah. Beyond his years, wisdom is what I remember. Do you remember any of that? Yeah. Did you laugh when you got whipped?
No, I pretty much just swore back at them. Swore.
Do you remember? Do you remember what word would set our father off?
Fuck.
Fuck, yeah. The F word, yeah.
Fuck.
Oh man, you could say almost anything to my dad, and it wouldn't like get him upset. But if you said the F word, but you could say horrible things to my dad, like horrible, and he would be cool with it because we were just working and upset. And my dad would be totally fine with it, like terrible things I've said to him, no reaction. But if I said "fuck" in the sentence, he would go ape shit crazy.
What was his tell? Because I know like what my dad's tell. Like what was his tell when he was like really fucking mad? Did he have a tell? Like you could look at him.
His eyes.
His eyes.
Yeah. And my dad's eyes would let you know that you're in big trouble. This is no joking
Crazy
around.
eyes.
Yeah, like that serious face. Like you just know, like, oh my God, this is the real
He's
deal.
really mad.
Yeah.
My dad's was biting his tongue.
Oh, he had
As
an
soon as
actual
he bites
move.
his tongue, it is fucking over. You're done.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that would be kind of nerve wracking if you know that he's trying to hold himself back. Eh?
You see the bite of the tongue, it is over.
Oh yeah. That's good that he has that warning though that you can recognize so you can
I
run
learned
for
it.
shelter.
I learned it. Don't want to see that.
No, you don't.
Crazy
wanna
eyes
see.
are almost scarier though.
Huh?
Crazy eyes.
Yeah.
Eyes, that is-
Well, you just see the seriousness, like the whole face changes. My dad's got kind of happy eyes, like
Yeah.
he has happy eyes normally, but then eventually they'll get those stone seriousness. He stares through you, and you know, like that. Yeah, he's got that focus to kick your ass, you know, or whatever, you know. Like you don't want to mess with it, you know. At that point in time, you try to tread lightly.
No, you book it, man.
Yeah, you get the hell out of there. Yeah, run as fast as you can. Yeah. Anyways, great times, eh, Paul?
Man, it was fucking great.
Anyways, that's been our show this evening. Thank you very much for everyone for listening. If you'd like to, tell a friend. If you'd like to become a shareholder, you can just come on any Thursday down to live from the Dutch Hall here at 21 Lansdowne Ave in Delhi. Oh, shit, and I forgot to advertise. I'm at Showtime Comedy in St. Catharines this weekend. So Friday and Saturday night, I will be opening for some magician, and I have... and David Green will be on the bill with me. But I'm both nights at Showtime Comedy in St. Catharines, so come look for me. And I'm actually in St. Catharines next Thursday with Shaz. We're doing another show. Oh, no, next Wednesday. I'm sorry, next Wednesday in St. Catharines again. So, anyways, give us some feedback. Thank you, everyone, for supporting the show. And if you'd like to, we will see you NT. See you next Thursday. try it?
Was walking down the street when the corner of my eye saw a pretty little girl approaching me. She said, I've never seen a man who looks so alone, could use a little company. If you pay the right price, your evening would be nice. You can go and send me on my way. I said, you're such a sweet old thing, you're gonna do it to yourself. She looked at me, and this is what she said. Oh, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed, and there's nothing but the world to pray. You know I can't slow down, I can't hold back. You know I wish I could. No, ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. 50 minutes later, I'm walking down the street, see the shadow man leap out of sight. Then he walks up from behind, he puts a gun up to me, he says he wasn't clear for a fight. He said, give me all you got, I want your money and your life, but if you try to make a move, I won't think twice. He said, I'll have it by the cash, but you gotta act, wanna make it that kind of life. He said, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing for this world to pray. You know I can't slow down, I can't hold back. You know I wish I could. He said there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. Let's go.
Hey, thanks, boys. You guys rock.
You got this one, Polly?
Now a couple hours passed, I was sitting at my house. The day was winding down and coming to an end. So I turned on the TV, flipped over at the news, and I saw children I can't comprehend. Saw a preacher in a cuss taking money in the church. Got a bank account with righteous dollar bills. But even still I say that much because I know it's the same time. Oh, we all got the satisfied thrills. No, we ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed, and ain't nothing in this world free. No, we can't hold back, we can't hold back. We only know if it's good. You know there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good. Yeah! Give the money back, give the money back, give the money back, give the money I want the money back, I want the money back, I want the money back. No, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Money don't grow on trees. I got bills to pay, I got mouths to feed. There ain't nothing in this world for free. And now we can't slow down, can't hold back, and I know I wish I could. But no, there ain't no rest for the wicked until we close our eyes for good.